So yeah, I got a kind of hot tip on the Discord.
Yeah.
User Dr. Peanut Butter, who I think has his own pod, High Tea Boys.
Shout
you also
out.
check out.
Yeah.
But he sent a Reddit board.
Oh yeah.
And I know we've kind of, because I don't know if we've done a couple like Reddit deep dives.
Okay.
And recently we've kind of started doing like pre-screening it, because like sometimes you go and it's just good. Sometimes you go and it's just kind of gross and awful
And sad.
Like we came across this like cuckold psychology one, and I was like, well, that's bound to be funny.
It was so sad.
Oh, man.
There's an episode out there where it's just us being like, oh, bro.
But this one, I did a little pre-screening, and I think we can just dive into it, and it's
Okay.
going to be good.
All right.
It's r/stand-up workshop.
Oh, I've heard of this one.
Which is, you know, you guys are comedians, so I think this could be useful for
There's-
Redditors in the world.
Shout out Brad. Brad loves this subreddit. He talks to me about it pretty often.
Because I just looked at a couple, and each one was kind of good in its own way.
Right. Okay.
But this one, I think, is a solid starting point, and you guys, as the pros, can kind of like give your tips,
Yeah.
tricks,
Yeah,
analysis, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this joke is called N-words.
Good. We're off to a good start.
Strong start, I would say. As like a layman,
If the
I'm like,
punchline isn't, well, he was acting like one, I'm going to be pissed.
Did we explain what this one is about, this subreddit?
yeah, so it's a stand-up workshop. So basically, like, aspiring comedians of Reddit, like, type out a joke that they're working on.
Yeah.
And then the geniuses on the board tell them that it's like, you know, it's kind of good, but could use some work.
Yeah. It could use a reference to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah. Well, because
Speaking of N-words.
that often does kind of seem to be how it goes. Because you
Oh,
gotta
really?
keep in mind, this is a Reddit board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm sure you guys, when you go out, you interact with a certain type of comedian. And these are like the comedians who
Don't even do that.
type up a joke and post it on Reddit.
Yeah.
You know,
What
so
do you guys
slightly
think?
slightly different scene.
Yeah.
So, N-words.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, can you deliver it like you would on stage?
Sure, yeah. Try and get into the mind of this guy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, how dumb can you be? Speaking of evangelicals, you know, the only people I like more than evangelicals, fucking everyone. I like the ghost of Uday Hussein better than evangelicals. I like the girl who kicked me square in the nuts in front of the entire 6th grade better than evangelicals. And that was last week.
Oh.
Hold for applause. If God really did mold these crotch wads in his own image, then God must most closely resemble a gaping cystic asshole. Hell, I like the Saudis ordering Cristal on United 93 on 9/11 better than evangelicals.
Wow.
I'm playing. I can't tell them apart enough ideologically to differentiate the two.
I would pay so much money to see this guy live. I'm gonna say that. I'm
David Cross.
This is modern Carlin.
Yeah.
This is Carlin if he lived. But I just want to put it out there that I would, if this guy ends up seeing this clip,
Yeah.
reach out, tell me when your next show is. I would love to come see.
So this would crush, is what I'm hearing from
Oh,
the
it's
pros
killer.
here. This
Yeah.
would crush.
with me, if I saw this live, brother, I'd be literally in tears. I'd be like bent over, cry, laughing. Yes, this would crush with me. Yeah.
I'm just kidding, motherfuckers.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah.
We're about halfway through at this
Yes.
point.
Let's just take a moment because this is a key. I love this when you can tell a guy has like scripted in a swear into his joke.
That motherfucker's really hits.
Yeah, I love when you like are watching stand up and you can see a guy say something like motherfuckers and you're like, damn, you like planned to say that.
That's
You
where
are-
that needs to be.
You ain't a real swearer, bro. You ain't a real cusser, bro. Like, I can tell. You ain't about that cussing life. You know, you ain't a real true swearhead. Motherfuckers.
That's why these crotch wads.
guys who call
Crotch wads.
also guys who call the audience motherfuckers.
What up, motherfuckers?
Yeah, guys who try. It's like damn.
Well, and at this point, like, isn't being pissed off at evangelicals somewhat dated?
I'm saying this is
Seems
modern
like
Carlin.
2003 called. They want their like worldview back.
Yeah.
Your enemy is MAGA chuds now, dumbass.
Yeah, it's not evangelical. This guy just found out about like the Westboro Baptist Church and is like, oh my God.
They're doing that?
Yeah. God hates who?
Me?
You imagine seeing a God hates fag sign and being like, damn, God hates me?
What did I ever do?
God hates me, bro?
I'm just kidding, motherfuckers. Heck, I love everyone. Well, that's not entirely true. There is one type I have issues with. I don't want to say who, but they're loud, intentionally ignorant, dress garishly, contribute nothing to society, but we still have to see them on TV time and time again because of sports. You know who I'm talking about.
Is this supposed to become a joke I wrote?
I'm not going to say it. 6 letters long, begins with an N and ends with an R. Ah, screw it. Say it with me. 3, 2, 1. I hate NASCAR.
Oh, wow.
You know what's unfortunate is that would crush.
Probably.
Yeah, that would crush. That would actually, like we both know places where that would murder.
Oh, God, I know.
The second comment here, the idea that an audience will automatically associate those characteristics with black people might be considered a little racist.
Okay, that's the funniest guy in the thread. Okay, that guy gets the award. That guy's officially the funniest guy. The idea that people might hear you say that they dress crazy, are loud and disrespectful. They might think you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's one of the funniest.
Oh.
Can you send me that screenshot
Yeah.
later? That's so funny, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was like the specific one that Dr. Peanut Butter sent in.
That's
And I was
unreal.
like, that's good.
That's really
Can you imagine
good.
if he just ended it with like going full Shiloh?
Well, that's the way to like, damn, that's really funny. Holy.
Yeah, there's one guy who I was told to look up who's, I know, yeah, here he is, Pappy Secrets, who apparently he's like a retired guy who's trying to get into stand-up before he dies, but he always ends up talking about like pickleball. But yeah, N-Words was pretty strong.
That's really good.
Let's see. Let's just bounce around here. Because all the ones I looked at before were like kind of decent.
I feel like that's sort of a recipe for like, that's going to be pretty good. Guys who go, like, imagine thinking of a joke and being, the first thing in your mind is like, I got to see what Reddit thinks of this.
Yeah, okay, let's see how this one's shopping. This one has a lot of comments.
Cafe open mic comedy, baby.
This is, yeah, I like this. I might start looking at this myself.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I just only bounced through like a couple, and each one was kind of like, okay. You guys could probably get a lot of inspiration from here.
Yeah, I might start doing this with
Like,
jokes.
honestly, the Danger Crats crowd would probably,
They'd
with a
probably-
little bit of tweaking, would like that N-words.
Yeah,
They
one
would.
major.
little bit of tweaking.
Getting them to say it on the count of 3? That's like Randy on Jeopardy on South Park. Just walked them right to it.
Yeah, probably. Even without all the setup, if you were guys, okay, guys, we're gonna say something on the count of 3.
Yeah,
probably.
if you just went into a Danger Cat show and were like, okay, we're gonna all say the same word on the count of 3, you'd probably get 75% of the room.
I would probably go up a little on that number. We're gonna say the word together. Oh, a seance.
Okay, so this is a Poppy Secrets banger. I haven't checked this one out. It's called Chores. I think this is the old guy who loves pickleball.
Okay.
So Chores. Any of you men want to get what's an old guy who wants to do comedy sound like?
Sad.
Any of you men want to get out of doing laundry? Without being asked, one day, just do the laundry and ruin your wife's favorite top. You'll never be allowed in the laundry room, and she'll think you're sweet for trying. I'm telling you, it worked so well, I burnt dinner, mowed the lawn, and mowed her flower garden. I was living the good life. Then my wife picked up the dog poop in the yard with my pickleball paddle and dumped it into my golf bag. We did settle into her doing laundry and me doing the grocery shopping. Well, settled might be the wrong word. More like rock, paper, scissors, which I won. Then my wife just says, "You're doing grocery shopping." I have a list, so it's easy. Yogurt, salad stuff, eggs, hash browns, almond milk, no problem. My wife helps me unload the groceries. She pulls out peanuts, Oreos, and an electrified fly swatter. I got all that cool extra stuff, and she wants to bitch because I forgot the yogurt.
Wow. If anyone is like listening to this and being like, I want to try stand up, read like 9 posts on that subreddit and ask yourself, could I sit through that live 5 nights a week?
That one, I'm just saying, as a non-comedian,
Yeah.
I think that one could use a little work. It doesn't really have. It kind of just sounds like an old guy saying what he did today.
90% of the way.
Yeah. It's just a little polish.
Just a nice little closer to put a bow on that.
Yeah, other than that, though,
it is tour ready.
I'm gonna say that's tight.
Yeah, I'd take that on the road.
Oh yeah, if that works, if that works in Grand Rapids, Michigan, that'll work anywhere.
Where are we? Do we like that one or N-words better?
I like N-words better, but I like the guy in the replies of N-words the most.
Okay, let's see what we got here. The power of prayer. This one has a lot of comments. I'm assuming whatever has more comments is going to be more good. Ooh, this one starts strong. I'm a man of science, so choosing the right religion seems a dumb concept to me.
I love it already.
Every religion tells its followers, pray to God and your life will be better. But if that was really true, and the right religion would be obvious, because its followers would all be substantially richer and more successful than the deluded fools who pray to the wrong God. So on that basis, it's obvious that there can't be any one correct religion except Scientology.
Awesome. Is that it?
Yeah.
What do the comments say on that?
Okay, top comment. There's a good seed of a bit here.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, agreed that there's a good seed of a joke. Are Scientologists notably rich and successful?
Yeah. I think you have to be like wealthy to like progress in Scientology. How would you fix that, Hack? What would you tell that guy if he did that in front of you and then was like, "Oh, any notes?"
I think I'd start with the Scientology and then I'm a man of science. End
Right.
it there, you know?
I think what I'd tell
Tarantino it a little
yeah.
Mix it up.
Yeah. I think what I'd tell that guy is that you need to find God or you're never going to be happy. That's what I'd probably tell him. You're going to stay on this Reddit board until you find God, probably. You should probably open your heart to Christ a little bit.
Oh.
Otherwise, you're going to keep posting jokes for guys on Reddit.
The dorky how do I word that? Like dorky fucking guys that write into things like this seem to love to attack religion. It's same as like women who would post in there would be like men are it's like
it's like, well, but like particularly Christianity has been like such an easy target in comedy for the last like 15 years. No, in no small part due to guys like George Carlin, who were like, actually it's the intellectuals way to like respect. Islam is like exotic, but I'm a man of science, but I would never dog Islam. But Christianity though, that's a problem. It's like, are you happy? Are you happy, bro? Look me in the fucking eyes. Are you happy? That's I think like a discussion ending question a lot of times when you get to like, I'm a man of science. Are you happy, bro?
No, I'm not.
No.
You want to know what I do in my spare time? I think of bits. I submit them to a Reddit thread of failing comedians.
Yeah.
And I get them to punch it up for me.
Yeah.
How many of these people do you think actually like go and do shows?
Less than 5%.
Yeah, I'm with him.
Yeah,
Almost
probably
none.
low.
Yeah,
Low. 'Cause,
almost
like,
none.
In your experience, do you think that Scientology bit would have hit?
No. Genuinely, no, not even a little bit.
Probably nowhere.
For him and I, because we're sitting there, we need entertainment.
I would like that, but that's what I said about the N-words guy too. I like it,
Yeah.
but that's not.
I mean, that one, I'd say compared to the other two, N-words is legitimately better.
Yeah.
Like, it's straight up funnier.
Yes.
Maybe not in the way the guy intended.
All of them are
But-
so verbose though.
Yeah.
Like no, everyone like it's literally like, yeah, it's all just so wordy and like trying to, dude, you're a comic. You're not an intellectual.
No.
We're not thinkers, dude. That's so gay.
You know what's been driving me nuts is like, I've heard this when we were going through our like cancellation. A lot of people were using this as like an argument of being like, comedy's the last bastion of free speech, and it's like, no, it's not.
No.
It's not. It's
really.
retards. We're fucking retards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop acting like all of us are gathering together in like a court style fucking fellas. You know what? A topic we need to address a little bit here.
Yeah.
It's like when comics start talking about Israel Palestine.
Yeah.
Enough.
Yeah.
Bro.
Enough.
relax.
You think you're going to be like that biting that you change someo's opinion?
Right.
Because your commentary is so cutting.
Exactly.
It's
like,
dude.
knock it off.
Yeah. Cool it.
We're fucking retards.
Let's be 100% real. 90% of us are here because we have a narcissism issue.
Totally. Amen.
Yeah.
I didn't get enough attention as a child, and now while I'm at the ripe age of 34,
Yeah.
I've decided to like put my thoughts on a paper, and then go and attempt to and fail
Because
over and over and over again until the point where it's like you should be humiliated.
Yeah.
The things that we say in public.
Oh my God.
First
yeah.
draft ideas, taking it to the stage and being like, "This is a fucking."
It's actually fucking disrespectful to go into a room of people and say the first draft joke. It's actually so. I think about that all the time. Where I'll go and do new shit and like bomb and just be like, God, what I am so rude for that. Like,
No, I know.
I just wasted those people's time telling them horrible things.
A Tuesday night at the mall.
Yeah.
You just finished at the spaghetti factory. Don't quite want to go home yet.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. $5 tickets at the comic strip. That should be a good night. You know the worst part about eating cum?
Or here's or like, hey, I hope you're enjoying your dinner. Here's fat white guy's thoughts on Islam.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what are we doing? Like, it's not. And yeah, but I think that's the problem though. Like a lot of people, like, I think too many people kind of like are on the other side where they're like, no, comedy is that. Like too many like big people, I think, are like that.
Is that the ghost of George Carlin's fault? Because I liked George Carlin when I was a kid and listened to a lot of comedy.
Yeah.
I still kind of enjoy him.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's like talented and stuff.
Yeah.
But is it like his legacy? Or like
I think he
did
was
other
like,
people do that too?
I can't really think of anyone who got as big as him. Because he was like
He was kind of like, it's comedy, but it's like smart and makes you think.
and it's about real shit. I think he was
Bush.
like the first, like big guy who was doing cerebral shit, being like, this is current and like biting and really makes, it's comedy, but it's also sort of literature.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes somebody can like be good at something and they can get away with it.
Yeah.
But really no one else should even try. Like I feel like Gigi Allen is a kind of other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
But if you try and do like G.G. Allen stuff with your like shitty local punk band, like you're just gonna look like an asshole.
Totally. There's an LA artist that's trying that right now and is just getting like banned from every
like poop tossing and stuff.
Like just doing the most insane shit you've ever seen. And, like they're doing it in a cafe during the daytime.
So when you say artist, you mean like painter type artist?
It's like I don't know
performance.
What they're fucking.
But it's not music.
They're attempting music.
It's
I
probably
guess
a
to say.
blend of a lot of things.
It is. It's just like if you were on your last ditch effort to really try and put something together.
Yeah.
It looks like they just like went to a pawn shop and put items together and were like, and they're doing this weird thing to like dance music.
Yeah.
Electronic dance music.
Yeah, I'm an artist, and it's like, have you ever smelled good? Have you smelled good in the last 15 years? And they're
Never.
like, no. And it's like, well, address that before we get into making pieces.
Yeah.
Because when G.G. Allen like takes a diarrhea dump on his own fist and like clocks some guy in the front of the crowd, genius, transgressive, bold, brilliant.
Yeah. Well, I think I think a lot of people go in like kind of backwards. Like I think a lot of people go in with the ideology first and then the joke second.
Right.
Whereas like if you're a guy with like beliefs and opinions and like you're like a full human, you're not some like Reddit bug.
No.
Who has opinions? Those will come through eventually but like try to make a joke before you try to make a thought. You know,
Yeah.
Try to make something like shattering and biting. You know,
Yeah.
like if you just have an opinion, that'll come through in your joke or whatever you're making. Or if you have if you're making like a movie or something, if you have a belief, that'll come out.
Yeah. I like to categorize like that here is like Doug Stanhope, Carlin, and who's the third one?
Foxworthy.
yeah, Jeff Foxworthy.
You might be a Republican.
Oh man, glasses, longer hair.
Glasses. What else?
He's like
Glasses,
80s comic. Fuck it. Got real big and then like died.
Bill Hicks.
Bill Hicks.
Oh
like a Bill Hicks.
yeah.
You know, like, but
Yeah.
he was actually like funny.
Yeah. Well,
Is the thing.
I think that was always like goal, even for like guys like Carlin. I think Carlin kind of lost it near the end, but for most part, goal number one was being funny, and then goal number two was like whatever else.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Because
think,
he'd still make you laugh.
yeah,
He's like the every time there's like a funeral in our family, I always send the bit of like they're probably smiling down on us right now. The
Yeah.
asshole at the funeral. that
yeah,
says
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I always send that to like who's
Yeah.
ever the most sad. And it like kind of brightens their day.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Like that guy's if he's in heaven, why the fuck would he be looking down on us?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
probably looking down on us right now.
Yeah.
It kills me every time.
Yeah, like that was goal number one. But I think a lot of these Reddit guys, it's like, how can I?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like you're like people fuck up too by going into stand up being like, how can I look sick?
Yeah.
How can I make myself look?
You
cool
have
as
to
a-
have full blown like
Yeah.
the humility has to be worn at all time. Like
I love when a guy does stand up and it's a story about how like they were like good at sex.
Yeah.
Like fucked a bunch of, and it's like, dude,
there's nothing funny about
no, like you think like a plumber is gonna hear that and be like, oh,
especially if you're decent looking and
Yeah.
it's believable.
Yeah.
Like if just a lard ass goes up and be like, I fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, no,
Yeah.
no, he doesn't.
yeah,
He
yeah,
doesn't fuck. He can't even find his car.
Jim Carrey had a kind of funny bit about that way back when before he started being a serial killer and we still did comedy.
Yeah.
It was like he goes up, it's like, don't you hate it when you're fucking two beautiful supermodels and the more ugly one asks you to save your cum for her?
See, that's what, a lot of guys do that joke and they're not being like facetious.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's literally how they, because they're like a 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And then that's like because like killing and like doing stand up well and like feels sick.
It does.
You feel cool.
When
but
you
you
kill?
have yeah, it feels sick. But
best.
it feels sick. But you have to you can't let it last more than like 5 minutes after you,
Or it will destroy you.
literally, yeah. Like you can get off and be like, "Fuck yeah," but then you have to immediately be like, "Let's not like I'm not fucking Axl Rose here. Like let's
No.
cool it."
Yeah, I remember
Immediately.
like one night, like the Wednesday, I did Mackie, crushed. Took the same material over the grindstone. I should have cashed out, but I took my casino winnings, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna go to the other fucking casino, and I bet you it's paying over there. Too.
Yeah.
And I fucking ate a dick at 11:30 p.m. to a bunch of woke idiots that are just like, I don't get what he's doing.
Yeah. I honestly mostly like this is what I enjoy way more than stand up. Is this?
Yes.
I mostly do stand up to kind of just like keep a finger like somewhat on the pulse of your average guy and like see where people are at. That's mostly I don't really want to be like especially in Canada. Like it's not really my goal to be like a solo headliner guy who has to just do like road gigs with like some. I don't want to end up like 50 doing having some like fucking 19-year-old open for me at like a Mexican restaurant in Sylvan Lake, Alberta. You know,
man,
it's not really the dream.
Well,
like
the cool thing about online is you can kind of filter for an audience.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So you can just kind of like have people who already like it.
Yeah.
You know, and you're not trying it out. Because like I went and saw you a while ago at the casino one.
Oh yeah.
And you did well.
Yeah.
But when I like looked around the audience and it was just these random like casino
goo
blobs,
guys,
and it
goo
was like,
bulb.
Are you talking like yucks?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was yucks.
Yeah, in that audience, those are people that are down on their luck that got handed free tickets just to fill the fucking room.
Yeah, and honestly, it was a good show.
Mm-hmm.
And you did well. The other guy was good.
Yeah.
But when I just like did a 360 scan before, I was like, what do you say to these people to make them laugh?
Yeah.
Talking like a Thursday night, or is this?
No, it was a weekend. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it is probably more of a stand-up crowd.
Yeah,
okay.
but it is still like I mostly do it just to kind of keep a finger somewhat on the pulse of like where your average, because a lot of people are just not online.
No,
and like you could try stuff that's like too online and just see immediately like you're like a plumber would be like, what?
Yeah, it was all these like forklift drivers.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I mostly like stand up for just its ability to like kind of dump cold water on you and be like, no, reality is still like here.
Yeah.
You know, I like that. But this is way more fucking fun. Mm-hmm. And it like opens the bit like, dude, you can't go do stand up about like half the shit we talk about.
No, because nobody know. Like I tried doing a bit this weekend on the Shiloh Hendrix shit, and like 10%, maybe 20% of the audience knew.
Yeah.
You know,
really,
like,
even in your crowd, or was this at some random show?
No, our crowd.
Really?
Yeah. Like even they're not online. They're not online as much as we are.
It's easy to forget that a lot of people just like aren't online.
No.
And it's like, India's only 65% online. Even here.
Yeah.
You know, a big chunk of people just aren't really.
No. They have jobs. Like they have a full-time 9 to 5.
And what their algorithm looks like compared to ours, like.
Yeah. They're getting videos like
they're still on like axe the tax.
Yeah,
we're like fucking that chick said the N-word was awesome.
Some girl who like you squint a bit, she's kind of hot, says the N-word on camera.
They're still getting
I hear
videos
about it immediately.
They're getting videos that's like, this dog is so brave. And it's like a dog like rescuing a duck. And
right.
You forget that. It's easy to forget, but like that's not where, and like I don't know, that's where I think I draw most of my like life essence is like people.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel good to like to alienate yourself from people by saying some like insane online shit to a room of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so stand up is really good at just being like cool it, like rein it in.
I was getting a little deep in the woods there for a minute of like during lockdown. It was like the racist shit was kind of like, it was like, and even like the mass immigration stuff was kind of getting to me too. I could feel it, you know what I mean? Where it's just like I'm getting fucking so. It's like, dude, really?
Yeah.
I think lockdown made like everyone crazy.
Yeah.
It did.
Like I ended up, I couldn't even remember the app. I was on all those like weird fucking like